If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would you tell yourself?
Try to live a life filled with wide and varied experiences. I'm thinking having a life that was as varied as the one I had helped me appreciate life more than a lot of other people could.
This is John. He's my grandpa. Well, this is him when he was younger, just a lot younger. And this is John holding me, also when I was younger. Though we're not blood related, he has treated me just as well as any other grandpa would. He has taught me so many life lessons, and he has taught me so many different things. Today, he will teach me about the life he's lived, even before he met me and my family.
Where were your parents from?
Well, my mother was originally from Chicago because her parents had moved from Wisconsin down to Chicago at a point when the husband left my mother's mother. And my father was originally from Greenville, Michigan, and he had met my mother through a cousin of hers that somehow got together with him here in Michigan. And before my dad left for overseas for World War II, they had gotten married in 1942. And my father, who was in North Africa and Italy during World War II, didn't even know I was born until late February. And he knew that I was supposed to be born in December or January, which I was, January 1st. And my dad didn't even see me until I was 2 years old. So when he came home, he was a stranger to me. I didn't even think he belonged in the family because I'd lived in Chicago with my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother while all the men were off to war.
What was one of your biggest hobbies growing up?
I was very much interested in music and started playing clarinet at the age of 10. And music interested me enough that I went from instrument to instrument to instrument. I was pretty much self-taught on all of them because my parents couldn't afford private lessons for me. So I was in on group lessons or individual quick do this and that. And I tried to pick up on the instruments, a better way of performing on instruments later on. I picked up not only clarinet, I ended up playing bass and cello and electric guitar and electric bass and several other instruments, pretty much all self-taught. My original thoughts were to become a music educator of some nature, and I had the head of the music department in the 60s saying I needed to come to college, and I figured this would be great. So my original plans were to go to Western, but I wasn't a good high school student. And then colleges weren't so interested in taking in people if they weren't set for that kind of thing. The reason I wasn't accepted at Western was because I was told if I had to work, which I did, if I had to work to pay my way through college, they couldn't accept me with my previous high school grades. So I still continued to play professionally, and I never got thoughts of going into college. By the age of 12, my dad instilled in me the fact that if you don't work, you're not a successful person. So by the age of 12, I was delivering papers, and to me it didn't seem like enough. So by the age of 13 through the ages of 15, I not only delivered papers, but first thing I'd do is wake up in the morning in the summer, ride a bicycle downtown, pick up a popsicle cart, push the popsicle cart from downtown Kalamazoo all the way out to Oakwood, all around Oakwood selling popsicles. At lunchtime, I'd hurry home, get a lunch, wait for the papers, deliver the papers, and take my popsicle cart back downtown and ride my bicycle back home. And my dad said, "Good, you're a working man." And he said, "That's the way life has to be. If you want to be successful, you've got to work." And I think that's where I got a lot of my work ethic when I went to Miller, because a lot of the things I did were on my own because I wanted to see that they were all done right. And of course, this did bring a lot of people around to saying that, giving me a lot of compliments, I guess, is what you could say. So work ethic, I think, is very important to any person.
There's so much that has happened in my grandpa's life that I could not fit it all into this one little 5-minute video. However, I think I managed to find a bunch of life lessons and advice that my grandpa has told me through these stories of his own life. I hope his words of wisdom have taught us all something. But anyways, thank you all for watching.
Hope you can add it good.
Yeah.